Looking to feel real posh on some Kerbal, your life. Only $200. It is recording. Okay, guys, welcome back. As always, subscribe, hit the bell, make sure you like this video, all of the above, so that way you guys can come and hang out with me. We're back. Oh, this is perfect. Back with another video. Again, in the last video that you should have seen, we were out in Canada, going to the mall. We went a little bit further than Canada for this particular trip, and we traveled all the way north to Alaska, where we went to Fairbanks. We're going to Fairbanks, so you guys will see Fairbanks. We're gonna go to this amazing hot springs called Chena Hot Springs. Chena Hot Springs is literally in the middle of nowhere, which is great. It's great, but it has a couple of caveats. So, first things first, you're gonna need to rent a car. There's no other way to get around that. Yeah, just the drive itself is like about an hour, and I don't think anybody, unless you got it like that and you fancy.
Hey, I'm sort of rich.
Okay, and you can afford the Lyft or the Uber for an hour. I guess, but just rent a car when you get to the airport. Makes life way easier. For us, it was super cheap. It was maybe like $20-30, and I split it with myself and the other flight attendant, so it was like $15, like something stupid easy. And make sure that you look everything up before you leave the city. So as you're making your way up to Chena, there is there is no cellular service.
What?
Once again, for the people in the back, maybe didn't hear me, there is no cellular service. Yes, so this means if you didn't look up where you're trying to get to, it's a pretty straight shot. It's like one road, like that's it, and you're there. But if you didn't look it up and you get turned about, or you get a flat tire or something, you gonna be in trouble, because there's no, once again, there is no cellular service. So, the other flight attendant and I, we learned that the hard way. As we were going up there, she's like, "Where's the turn off again?" I was like, I was co-pilot, she was driving, and
I have no idea.
I don't know. So yeah, but once again, just make sure you look at where you're going. They do have a cute little restaurant that's located up there as well. Just come along with me. I need coffee. I haven't eaten. It's quite early here in Seattle. I haven't had breakfast. Caffeine-less. It's a struggle. But anyway, enough of my rambling. Keep an eye out for other things coming down the pipeline. And as always, thanks so much for coming along with me on this journey called life. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Okay, bye. I'm gonna lower down the window for this. Yeah, let's do it. The city of Fairbanks is the second largest city in Alaska behind Anchorage. Tourists mainly visit from August to April during a time that's known as Aurora season to try and see the northern lights. There's also a World Ice Art Championship that happens every year in February. For those that want to see ice sculptures all year round, they can make a stop at the Chena Hot Springs. Located 60 miles northeast of Fairbanks, Chena Hot Springs has been open for more than 100 years and has a plethora of activities to choose from, depending on the time of year. The Ice Museum, located next to the kennel, is the world's largest and was opened in 2005. The museum was designed and maintained by couple Steve and Heather Bryce. Both Steve and Heather are world-renowned champions and made many of the sculptures inside the museum. There are boundless opportunities to take photos throughout the museum, which has secret rooms and changing lights. All of the ice used in the museum is made on property and is kept at 25 degrees Fahrenheit by an absorption chiller. There is an opportunity to enjoy a drink at the bar inside the museum served in an ice glass, but you do have to pay for it in advance before you enter. After a quick bite to eat, the other flight attendant and I drove our way down the airstrip to try and catch the northern lights. We parked, dimmed the dashboard lights, and used our jackets to make it as dark as possible. And then we waited, just out of arm's reach of Wi-Fi and human contact. We listened to music and just talked. It was the strangest feeling, this new yet nostalgic touch of disconnection. The lights evaded us that night, but it left me hoping to visit again and catch a glimpse of them and hopefully more of Fairbanks. Where do you think we'll be off to next, guys? Well, stay tuned.